Hi and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode on the Range Rover Sport, I told you about a restricted performance issue which was caused by a leaking near side inlet manifold. Now I've had that done, so I'll just take a seat in the car and we'll just discuss what's been done and what effects it's had on the driving, which is noticeable, to be quite honest. Anyway, I'll just take a seat in the car and we'll have a look at the work that's done afterwards, and there's a few more things on updates and more work that's going to be done on the Range Rover Sport over the next couple of months. And actually another question is, am I going to keep it? So as I said, I have had the inlet manifold replaced by a local independent, and the total charge including VAT was £932. And I think I said in the last video that the book hours to do that particular job is 10 hours. Now someone commented that that's because Land Rover would take the body off to actually do the job. Now I don't know how long it would take to remove the body or lift the body off to do that, but I would have thought it's going to be more than 10 hours, but I don't know, and I'd like someone to comment as to how long it would take to take the body off. Anyway, he did it, and we'll have a look at the job in a minute. But I've been driving it now for a good couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, and I have noticed a difference. Obviously the restricted performance issue now is gone, and on hard acceleration it's a totally different beast. In fact, it's better than any time in my ownership, and I've owned it now for coming up to 6 years in April. The other thing I've noticed is that around town and city driving, the fuel consumption seems to have decreased, whereas before I was probably getting around about 21.5, 22 miles to the gallon, and my current, because I reset the readout, it's at about 23.8, 24. So whether it's a coincidence or it's actual fact or it's a difference in my driving, I don't think so. So yeah, that's an added bonus. So let's have a look at the job that's been done. Okay, so let's open up the bonnet. I have had a recurring problem because if you see one of my previous videos, I actually replaced one of the bonnet latches, this one, because it was continually creating a problem of not being able to lock the car. Now this is an intermittent issue, but it looks as though I might have bought a substandard, because that's not a JLR part, to replace the original. So I might have to replace that again. So let's just take off the cover and we'll have a look at the replacement inlet manifold. Okay, and here we can see the brand new inlet manifold, and you can see why it takes so long to replace these. And as I said in the last video, I did have a look into whether I should have a go at replacing it myself, but what's involved and all the pipes and electrical wiring and God knows what else that has to be removed or put to one side is a bit of a pain. So that's why I paid to have it done. And as you can see, that's the new one there, and with a nice little added plate on. Now, some people have said I should have had the offside inlet manifold replaced at the same time as preventative maintenance, but I decided not to, because it's not leaking, and I always think why fix it if it ain't broken? So that might be a false economy, but that's the way I've decided to go. So if it does start to leak in another couple of weeks or a month, then I won't be too happy, but you pay as you when you take your choice. So yeah, that's the inlet manifold replaced, and it's working fine, and with the added benefit, I think, of better fuel economy. So I'm just going to take a seat in the car now, and we'll go over a few other things that I'm going to do in the coming weeks on the Range Rover. When I did the last video, I did touch on the subject of whether I should sell the Range Rover Sport or get something a bit more economical, as I'm only generally doing short journeys at the moment, but that is likely to change in the near future. Now, I did have a couple of comments on that particular subject, and one cheeky person suggested that I don't really need a car and I should get rid of my cars and just go on the bus. Well, I'm telling you now, that is not happening. And yeah, well, I won't say anything because I don't want to get demonetised from my language. Anyway, what that does mean that I will be keeping the Range Rover Sport, and I will be doing quite a bit of work on it to bring it up. I mean, it's a good car, there's nothing wrong with it, touch wood, that I haven't already had done. I mean, I've had both belts changed not 2,000 or 3,000 miles ago. I've just had the inlet manifold changed, as you've just seen. There's been a transmission flush, which again is covered in one of the videos if you have a look at the back catalogue I've got, and a few other odds and sods that have been done. So it has been maintained. I've done an oil change myself, and on the subject of maintenance, in a video coming up soon, it might be broken up into 1, 2 or 3 parts, is following the maintenance schedule as laid down in the owner's handbook, and I'll be going through each of these components, checking it, because the car's done 114,000 miles, I believe. Let me just turn it on and have a look. $115,768 miles. So it's below average miles now, just about. But there are things I need to do. Okay, so apart from the full service, the front camera in the bottom of the bumper needs replacing, as that's not working. The wheels have gone not very good at all. In fact, they look really bad. But they're functional still, but they need a complete refurbishing, which will be done. And also another job that needs doing fairly soon is the prop shaft bushes, as when the gearbox flush was done, they looked as though they were perishing, so that's another job that needs doing, and I'll probably tackle that one myself. And there are quite a few other things that need doing just to freshen it up and make it look a little bit better. So those will be new videos coming up very shortly. So yeah, that's about it for this episode, just a brief update really. So if you like what you see, then please comment, like and subscribe, and there'll be plenty more coming soon. So cheers, bye.